So here's a little supplemental information that I have for the SDP. As you can see, I've done a couple of things to it, and I found what fits better than the vertical grip that is actually promoted on the Defender series is a BCM CAG, and all I had to do was shave off the front 4 ribs to make it fit. And then for mounting a light, I use the Magpul cantilever mount to where I can mount a light on there. But due to the angle of the grip, I had to use an M-LOK spacer. I ended up finding that M-LOK spacer in a UTG 45-degree Picatinny mount, and this one is metal. You can also 3D print one off of printables. In this configuration, it actually works pretty well as a thumb rest. Still keeps your hand somewhat vertical with 2 fingers worth of grip. What most people have complained about is how wide the package ends up being when folded like this. And what I found is if you get a Reptilia mount that's a little bit taller, you can move it at a 45 and store it like that, where it's a little flatter. In comparison to, this is a Recover 2020 with a Glock clone in it. It's about the same thickness if you look at both side by side. If you have it canted like that. This also allows for the use of a suppressor and still be in this type of a package. In this package, it would be pretty well out here. Now looking at the recoil assembly, there's the retaining pin. What Keltec says is the buffer itself. It's actually 3D printed. This is your recoil spring. And then the bolt. This rod here looks like it's stamped steel with a tang, so you'd have to remove these roll pins to get this out. It has a hook with a little pin in it that rests inside here to pull back to charge. And it has that lug right there that was a concern on a lot of AR9s, but we'll see how that lasts. On top of that, the bolt comes in at about 18.9 ounces. If you go to Blowback 9 and reference Doug's material, the mass should be between 21 and 24 ounces. So this is a little underweight. Reassembly is a little different than your normal Gen 2, Gen 3 sub. This rod goes in this groove here and is retained right here by the little roll pin, cross pin that's at the end of this rod here. The spring will go in this little pocket, and then this buffer will go like this, and there's a groove on the bottom that the stamped steel piece rides on and indexes. What I've noticed on reassembly is sometimes this stuff will cock off to the side and it will only pull the bolt back about that far. So on reassembly, I take a little bit of grease and put it right here, get everything aligned, and then I'll push this in to where it retains it. So the grease will hold it to the back of this plastic. It's back together, you'll function check it, make sure the bolt does ride all the way back. And Another complaint that I've seen, like Chris from Honest Outlaw, is that the brace does not actually move all too well. I've had to run it quite a bit, and you can probably see right here where the coating's coming off of the tube itself. It should ease up over time, but mine is still stiff. So it comes down to, is this a suitable replacement for a Glock and a pistol chassis or an AR-9? I think it falls somewhere in between. It's kind of a niche gun using recycled beach plastic and pot metal, but we'll see how long it lasts.